Can you frickin' believe this? I thought I had a red bandana somewhere in my house, and now I can't frickin' find it. I'm upset. I'm not late. Well, I guess I am late this time. I was looking for a bandana. Dang. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today is the day. We're going to talk some stock prices, okay? Brought to you by Moomoo. Let's bring up their platform. No, I'm not. I wasn't FaceTiming Dan. I was going to do the whole roaring kitty joke. Whatever. But anyway, let's talk about squeezing out some shorts here. All right. Brought to you by Roaring Kitty. Brought to you by Moomoo. Sorry, is what I meant to say. All right. SoFi stock up 7.2% at the end of the day. In the after hours, up an additional 0.5%, holding strong. At one point in the day, actually breaking that 10% mark and hit $8.30 a share. Okay. Affirm doing unbelievably better than this at nearly 30% up on the day at the close. Okay. And had done even higher than that throughout the highs of the day that we saw around this period here, around 1-2 o'clock. Anyway, this is a pretty substantial moment for fintech. As you can see, of the stocks that we cover, it's all fintech at the top of the ranks here, aside from ARM. I mean, we're looking at Pagaya, SoFi, Bill, Lemonade, dLocal, PayPal, Toast, Lending Club, Shift4. These are all the top stocks of my watch list right now. And essentially, well, I mean, not all of them. The high majority of them are rate plays, okay? SoFi being by far the biggest one. Affirm, another big one. Pagaya, Upstart. These are rate plays, okay? The Fed is pricing in, well, actually, the market is pricing in a higher and higher rate of even a 50 basis point cut. Now at 34% of a 50 basis point cut, okay? And we've talked about all the benefits on the channel for what's it called? SoFi. But essentially what we're looking at is this unbelievable convergence of really low stock price, a unbelievable amount of short sellers that are, short this company about 190 million shares, which data-driven investing actually points out that if you were to have shorted it whenever they did the convertible note offering that has the capped calls on it, they are all underwater. This was actually at a price that was below the share price that we closed at today. So if SoFi is able to hold the line, hold the price, we could actually see a pretty substantial, I don't want to say short squeeze. It'll be like a short push rather than a full squeeze out. We could see a nice short push here going into essentially a perfect quarter. Okay. Full year of GAAP profitability. Student loans are coming to, student loan moratorium is done. The new loans are actually not getting finished. The, loans that are getting priced out for this semester are much higher than what SoFi can offer. So we might actually see an uptick in originations there. Personal loans will still be priced very high, and where you're probably going to see the highest gain on sale margin on those personal loans than ever seen in the company's history. Okay. Home loans are coming back. That is, they're seeing some of the highest numbers that they've seen as a company. That's before any sort of rate hike talk. Now they're actually bringing rates down. Cost of funding is going down, both on a variable rate on warehouse facilities, and they're actually bringing down their deposit costs, only 10 basis points right now, but it is going to trickle down into real material gains for the company. So in my opinion, this is all lining up very great. We did have a little bit of news from SoFi today, very, very small, but SoFi Relay, for some people, they were saying that they were losing some of their accounts. They said, hey, we're going to reenact some of these accounts. So Fidelity accounts and all these things, you can now enact them or enable them on SoFi Relay. Let's see what's in the chat here. Wait, 8 figures? Oh, oh, gotcha. I'm not so late, ladies and gentlemen. Just be happy. We're all here. We're all talking about this great company that, in certain points, has some very down days, and in others, it can seem like this is the brightest and best play that we can have in the markets. People are saying these are small plays. Like from the share prices that we were just talking about at like $6 to now being at $8 a share, like that's a 30+% increase from where we were just, a month ago. So, these are big plays. Enjoy them. Buy the dips whenever they're here because they might not always be here. This stock will eventually get traded at the multiple that I think it'll get. Well, I mean, I can't guarantee that, but that's my belief. And so whenever I can buy on down days and then enjoy days like today, I'm not selling. I think there's so much left to go. You can see that in, the short interest where people are buying at $6, $7 a share. I mean, they're going to get crushed. I don't understand how short interest on this company can increase in the $6 ranges. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. And the longer they hold, not only are they becoming less profitable on those trades, I mean, completely into the negatives, but they also have like cost to carry those trades, right? Unlike buying shares long, you might pay a commission or something like this for your first trade, but then holding it is free. Can't be said the other way around. This SoFi breakout finally made me fall asleep without thinking about this company. You fell asleep between the time that the market closed and this show is on today? I mean, maybe you did, I guess. But it is funny how a lot of the sentiment is driven by just how this stock is actually performing. But it's not just going to be this stock, ladies and gentlemen. This is an entire sector that, we've pointed out a bunch of the different companies that have reported earnings. Block had stellar earnings. PayPal had unbelievable earnings. SoFi, Affirm, like all of them. Let me go through the list. See which other ones maybe I missed that had. Yeah, Robinhood. That was another one. Upstart, fantastic earnings across the board, all beating expectations. These companies are not going to stay down for too much longer, and you will potentially have been the people that had purchased shares in this stock before a potential much better macro environment. Nvidia and SoFi both dropping after good earnings. I mean, in my opinion, two great examples of short-term movements on unbelievable companies. Both, in my opinion, I think will do great and much better than the benchmark of the S&P. Green after hours too, absolutely. I miss Captain Crunch. Yeah, he doesn't show up on days like today. I mean, actually, sometimes he will. I don't think he. Supposedly, he owns like 7,500 shares of SoFi, so he talks a lot, but actually is a holder of the company, and he's actually green. I think he holds at a $7. Oh wait, is it 7,500 shares at $7.50? No, that can't be true. He holds at some rate where he's green right now. So he's not in the chat whenever it's green. And if let's say it goes back down, he comes back in the chat talking about how he's still bag holding, like then he definitely likes the company. If you did not sell during those moments, then like what are we even talking about? Like, come on. Covered calls have made me able to hold. Congrats to those with big boy patience. I mean, hey, we're still in that right now. We are not finished. It's not like this is, a made position right now. I want to see it in the tens. I want $11 a share. I want 12. I want 13. That's fair value today. Okay. Let alone as we break the 10 million user mark, which seems unbelievable compared to the where we first started having that conversation. But That's what buying compounding companies is. I mean, the numbers are just going to get bigger and bigger. Bigger number, better person. And as long as you have the patience to buy a company that is in a total addressable market that's growing quite fast, some will say that the entire industry of fintech is expected to grow in the very high teens all the way through 2030. And then if you can find companies within that industry that are growing faster than that market, I mean, you'd be hard pressed to not outperform the S&P 500. That does have sectors in it that are doing well, but also have laggards as well that might average around maybe a 10% move per year. With extreme volatility, there will be years where it goes up 25 and years that it goes up 3 or negative. I was out of pocket today. What happened? Affirmed earnings helped out. I mean, nothing really severe happened today. I just think that this is, I don't want to say a re-rating, but this could be a large buyer. It was a ton of volume today, so it wasn't anything with low volume volatility or something like this. I mean, no, I mean, Affirm earnings definitely helped out. They said the macro is in their favor. They're selling loans into a really good market. You know, they're expecting GAAP profitability by the end of 2025. Yeah. SoFi is doing just as good, if not better. El Capitano. Oh, are you just talking about Captain Crunch? Yeah. Tevis did not sell SoFi to buy $1,000 worth of hymns. The dude just had $1,000. I promise you, his account's much bigger than that. 85 million shares traded. Is that what it's at? Here, let me see. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is. 84.95 million shares. Yeah, you're right. I think average days are around 30 million, right? Or even a little bit less. I have that number somewhere. I am definitely not a big volume follower, that's for sure. He had net new funds. My bad, ladies and gentlemen. The point is, okay, these companies have been executing for an extremely long period of time. And it is this spring that gets compressed whenever you have Wall Street analysts that say that they're going to see defaults of 6.3 to 7.1%. And then it comes in at 5.4% or whatever it was, like not even in the same ballpark. And then they go, doesn't change our stock price. We're still going to rate it at 1 times tangible book. The growth doesn't matter. The diversification into other sectors doesn't matter. We're continuing as is. That cannot continue for years on end of you being wrong, and the stock continues to get held down. What they have had on their side is some of the largest headwinds that a business can face, right? Entire sectors getting taken away from them. What's called, the fastest rate hike in history, up to 5.25% interest rates for them to fight with, cost of funding, them just getting a bank off their feet. So SoFi has done exceptionally with the hand that they were dealt, which has been unbelievable. They're essentially winning a poker game with 7-2 offsuited here. I mean, it's unbelievable the hands that we were dealt. But now is the next cards that are being dealt, and we've got aces, ladies and gentlemen. We've got frickin' aces. Tanner's looking mighty fine. I was trying to find a red bandana. That was my original goal. And I was going to look like Roaring Kitty, telling people, hold the line. Let's fight back these shorts and actually see if we can get sort of a real short push here. But then I couldn't find the bandana, and that's why I was late. Come Rocket is 80 shares shy of hitting 3K shares. I've got 15 leaps though, in addition to my shares. Nice. Nice. Well, if you need any extra shares, you can ask TJ. He's got them. Yeah. Fintech is just having a small bull run. It's going to pull back short term and then likely push after November. I mean, that might happen. I mean, we're going into September, October, definitely notorious, not good months for the markets. So, I mean, that can happen. The thing that is not going to be affected by markets is the idea of, or the part that isn't changing in that story is the fact that real originations are going to happen for SoFi. They are going to continue to triple beat, and we're going to see a full year of profitability. I know you guys are sick of hearing these sort of things, but it's true. Okay. Execution does pay off. Stocks get traded over the long term based on how good they actually do. Focus on that. Okay. Let TJ does what he does. He's better than me at certain aspects of the stock market, 1000%. Okay. Me, I'm going to focus on long-term holdings, holding shares in companies that I believe are superstar businesses. I found one here in SoFi. CECL versus fair value accounting is the issue. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Analysts can't be bothered learning SoFi's business, as is different accounting as well. And it'll be a while before re-rating. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that this re-rating happens as rates fall. We have to remember that there's a larger percentage of non-lending revenue coming into the mix. Okay, that continuous diversification is just going to make that aspect of their business less and less a problem. It's not becoming more a problem; it's becoming less a problem. So yeah. Is that a diner jacket? I don't even know what that means. Am I an idiot? It's just a suit jacket that I grabbed out of my closet real quick to make a roaring kitty joke. And yeah. You mean the brand or something? I don't know. That one. Whatever that is. Dinner jacket. Mm. Like a specific jacket to wear for dinner. You guys are classier than myself. Or older. I don't know. Sports jacket. It's just a suit jacket. I don't know. Comes with the rest of the suit. I just took the jacket off. Osiris says, congrats on the interview with Dan Dolev. Yeah, it was good. Hope you're correct. Yeah, I mean, another thing too is like, we don't have to make the analysts happy. I don't think that that's even true. We have to make institutions happy, and we can act like that's a different thing, but I don't actually think that it will be. Or sorry, we can act like those are the same thing, but I don't think they will be. According to Kyle, we reached $50 in 2022. The market changed, ladies and gentlemen. Back in 2020, if we continued at a 0% interest rate, SoFi would be in a completely different place than where we are today. I thought we were going to hit $20 a share at the end of 2023. Or at least that's what I said whenever I was jumping in the pool. But, you know, that's why I don't play options. The timing part is the thing I've never really been good at. Finding stocks that'll do well over time is something that I'd give myself more credit for. And even that, sometimes I'm wrong on. I've definitely picked stocks that have freaking died. But if you're going to find companies that, you know, are not being seen by the market or have multiple X potential growth without being priced in fully, like potentially, I'm not saying Nvidia is fully priced in, but people know that that could be a multiple growing company, or Nubank, for example. there's so much potential for growth there that it can be priced into the valuation. I don't even think that company is nearly priced in enough for their growth, but yeah. How about an interview with Gary Gordon again soon? I mean, like I said, maybe you weren't there, but yesterday I said I'm going to have him on, but I'm going to wait till next quarter earnings results come out because a lot of his critiques were the fact that we weren't profitable on an annual basis. That's going to be his same critique if I talk to him now. So if I talk to him after Q3 earnings are released, I'll be interested in his opinions and how they've changed. If he thinks that they can sustain that or whatever, I mean, the margin is definitely going to improve. So, yeah. My short-term targets to dip by before launch: SoFi at 666, way too specific. Nubank at 13. Funny how prices change. Robinhood at 17. Upstart at 33. Affirm 30s. I mean, hey, but it seems like you just have this like interesting buffer that you just want it to fall. Like I don't know what the percent is, but it seems like the percentage across all those stocks are extremely similar. Um, Except maybe Affirm. Maybe Affirm sticks out there a little bit. But yeah. Yeah, you had all that 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I'd be actually interested what he thinks of SoFi and the upcoming lowering rates. Yeah, me too. I'll send him a message. We're definitely on good terms. Dream did sell shares, didn't he? Whatever. Um, the guy that never buys anything and watches everyone else make money. I mean, there are a lot of people out there, and those people are definitely the largest critics of whenever people make a call that's wrong. But then they sit idly by, very quiet, whenever other people are actually making money. Is the Fidelity partnership thing new? No, it's just Relay. So, SoFi Relay is their debt monitoring platform that allows them to, um, see all external accounts, and it allows SoFi to get that data on who you are as an individual because they can see, potentially how big your Robinhood account is or Fidelity account or something like this. Well, Fidelity was taken off of Plaid's platform, so they weren't allowed to source that information from Fidelity accounts onto your SoFi Relay, but now you are allowed to. Captain Crunch has Affirm to the moon. Dude, you are all over the place, eh? No hate on SoFi, just love to another company. Captain Crunch, how you doing though, buddy? How does a day like today feel? We've broken the $8 stigma. Do we continue to hold this or do we fall back down? Absolutely. By the way, we could fall back down. I've seen this many, many times. Okay. But I think the idea that interest rates cuts are coming is something that we haven't seen in years. Okay. Years and years. And then what's called student loan moratorium. Have not seen it this cleared up in years. It's looking like a very good time. Home loans, no third party risk. Technisys now switching over, doing a lot of cost savings. No more third party risk on the core banking side. These are very good signs, ladies and gentlemen. Captain, you're up, my friend. Let me ask you: Are you selling? If you're green on this position, are you getting rid of your SoFi shares? Eights are here to stay. I mean, that's hopeful. That's hopeful. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not Tanner, please begin the show. I will, actually. You know what I realized? This is not the only piece of the story that we needed to talk about. let me mark that for my chapter real quick. There was also some news on PayPal's side. Okay. So let's talk about that. First off, PayPal expands strategic partnership with Fiserv. By the way, they do $1.5 trillion of spend annually. Okay. They've always worked with PayPal. Once, just like Adyen, however, Adyen does about, 1/3 of that in terms of volume. Fiserv is also going to be offering Fastlane by PayPal. The launch of this product could be much larger than people actually anticipate. Very excited to see this. Right now, it's only in the United States. PayPal wants to bring it globally eventually. So a slower rollout than what we might initially expect. Mike Hill always keeping us on track here. Then, in other PayPal news, we saw Crossroads talk about this Adyen and Fiserv piece here. He's just giving his opinions on it, and Alex Chris tweeting it out. And then he said, hear me out. I use Zoom to send money internationally. Would it be a bad idea to incorporate Zoom features into Venmo? Would make it a lot easier as a one-point solution for transferring to friends and family. And the great and powerful Alex Chris said that he also agrees with that assessment. So just like Roy's eyeballs here, I am also fixated on this. This will be very interesting. Zoom is one of those companies that they had, I think, even went to the market to see if they could catch a bid for selling that portion of their business. But Alex Chris said, no, we actually think that we can make this a margin accrued of business, and that they are keeping that subsidiary company for the long term, which is their international payments. Very, very similar to like a Wise or something like this. But yeah, PayPal pushing out some really good pieces, potential, partnerships with Zoom and Venmo, both companies that are offered by PayPal, and them expanding to Fiserv for Fastlane, seeming like Fastlane is going to be a massive part. So I recently spoke, I hate to just push this out, but this is who said it. So Dan Dolev said that on our call, he said that the Adyen partnership, he believes, could bring an additional $1.5 trillion or two, what did he say? $2 billion extra dollars of gross margin dollars to their bottom line over the next 12 months or something like this. I need to rewatch it. It was something along those lines. Anyway, that was just on the idea that Adyen had incorporated Fastlane. Okay. Not that Fiserv, a company that's 3 times larger than Adyen and much, much bigger. I mean, like 20 times bigger than Adyen whenever it comes to payments in the United States, maybe even much larger, maybe 100 times larger. Adyen's pretty small in the United States. But yeah, casually dropping Dan's name. I know, but it was very exciting conversation, and I gotta gloat from time to time. Moomoo charts, yeah, heck yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, I mean, Deuce Caboose on X said that 2.7 million shares of SoFi short interest have been traded back on open markets. All right. We could be in a very good spot today and going forward if people continue this very enthusiastic look of interest rates getting cut, being good for the interest rate sensitive stocks. SoFi is going to be number one on that list for me. Can we start a GoFundMe for Dan to get some better lighting? That's funny. Yeah, no, I mean, we did a late show. That's pretty much all it was. Capital, didn't you say if the stock gets to like $25 a share that you're taking me out to Harbor 66? Wasn't that the whole deal, brother? Where's my piece of the pie? Boys got to eat too, you know? Hey, Tanner, is PayPal a trade for you, or are you going to see where it goes? I mean, it's a, like, depends on what you mean. Okay. If the stock, if the stock right now gets to $100+ a share, I'm out. Maybe if it even gets to like 95, I'm out. Um, if that happens over time and they continue to compound and you know, the dual-sided commerce, the ads, all of these things work out exactly how Alex Chris predicted, Venmo starts to reaccelerate growth and actually monetize better based on their cards. I mean, hey, like I'm not devastated by the idea that the brand is called PayPal. Like, I mean, I'll hold on to companies that continue to execute. But there's originally that's what my investing was for. So I apologize for not the clearest of answers, but the truth is I'm not clear on my holding. Hey Tanner, thoughts on Shopify? I think it's one of the best companies in the market to hold for a very long term for my portfolio. Okay. Um, I've said this many times, but I think that Shopify is a like a retirement uh, you know, play for me. I think that they'll be potentially a top 10 business in the entire world at some point. What's Moomoo? Josh, don't play with me. Moomoo, the brokerage app in multiple different countries, where you can get 8.1% APY for your first 3 months and then 5.1% after that. Okay, this is what I'll actually say about Moomoo, because this is the only I would really suggest just download the actual web app or app on the iPhone. Of course, using the link down below because you can get like 20 free stocks. But whenever you actually do, you don't even have to fund an account. Look around, play around, just see the features that they actually do have. I get a lot of comments saying that they're really surprised by Moomoo, and it's gotten a lot better since people have tried it last. So, you know, take a look. Drew says Moomoo is the shit. I'm a member. Yeah, it's really good. Um, if PayPal gets to 150, I'll get you dinner. That's funny, man. Is that a huge play for you, PayPal? I don't know if it like I don't foresee it getting to 150, but I mean it also depends on the timeline. But um, I don't know if I'll be holding it there if that happens over the next 18 months or something like this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, that's the show. So I'm not going to keep you. Fintech is looking good going into Q3. But we'll have to continue to monitor, you know, quarter after quarter after quarter, how interest rates are doing, how these companies are doing. I'm here for the long term. We're long term investors. All right. But appreciate you guys all watching. Hopefully, you guys had a good time. Until next time, bye for now.